Welcome to MBA Mental Boost. This is your coach, Dr Rosie, and today we are talking about dating yourself. Now, there's a really good reason why there's been a pause in the podcast. So I don't think I've made one for the last 4 or 5 days. You know, I try and make these every day, but I'm human and I don't batch these because I really like to make them in the moment so that you can get, you get that energy, but also you get my best ideas. Like, you get the best of me in the moment. But it means that, sometimes I'm going to take a break. So the reason I've been taking a break is that I have been on some of the most amazing dates and pretty much just myself. So I want to share this with you because the power of self-love, I know it can sound like a really fluffy term, but if you can show your self-love, if you can treat yourself like you are the most amazing person, because you are, I'm telling you this, I want you to believe this. If you then start taking that action to show up for yourself, oh my God, this is gonna spill out and you are gonna see the connection between how you treat yourself off the court is how you show up on the court. And this is why I do this work. Whenever I tell clients about this, you off the court is the same as you on the court. It's revelationary. And I'm always amazed that oh wait, well that really simple thing that I just said, that blew your mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to dive into that. So this kind of goes back to that in this episode is about, take yourself out on dates. I mean, sometimes it can be, something big, but it can also be really small. So I'll give you some examples. Over the last few days, I'm talking fast because you can hear, I'm excited. It's been really fun. Over the last few days, I've had, some big solo dates. I've also had some really small stuff that I've done. I went to a friend's gig and that was amazing. And I just love that sense of, I travelled. So I had that kind of sense of adventure, going to see him. And then if, you know me, you know that I'm a big music lover. I play the drums. I'm like a rock chick. I was a grunge at school. Music is just my essence. And my background's music psychology. Before I came into sports psychology. So being in a gig environment, oh my God, this is what I need. Hands in the air, beer in one hand, sweaty, surrounded by strangers, but that kind of deep connection with the music. I love that completely. So that was one of the things that felt amazing. And then the next day I headed into London and I just took myself out for the day. So I took myself to the best places, like I would if I was dating someone. I took myself out for a coffee at one of these really swanky hotels down on South Bank. It's one of my favourites, called Sea Containers. If you're ever in London, I definitely recommend it. It's a really luxurious, even just going to the bathroom there, I'm oh, I love it. So I took myself out for coffee there. I went and I walked along the South Bank, which is just beautiful. I went to this massive graffiti tunnel. It's really cool. It's called Leek Street and it's just under Waterloo Station. And I love it there. And every time I go there, the artwork changes. There are people in the middle of doing the graffiti. There were musicians there. There was a band there. I just, that feels so good to me. And whenever I go through there, I just stop and stare and just have this feeling of wonderment. It's just amazing there. So I took myself down there. Then I went for lunch at, there's this Philadelphia bar. It's really random. It's kind of tucked away in a little side street. And so I went there, I took myself out for lunch. I had a beer. I can't even remember what I had for lunch, but the pudding was good. It was cannoli. And that was the first place where you know that I'm English. This is the first place where I discovered cannoli as well. So that was good. And then again, just took myself for a walk, went out. I think I went and got another coffee somewhere and then got the train home. And that just felt so good. Then I went away. This time it was actually with my husband. So I was back home for the night. Then we went away to Bath for a couple of days. And, again, that was, although we were together, our relationship is that we're together, but we love doing stuff separately. And I really encourage him to do stuff on his own because I also really love I need that time. We all need that time, even if you're in a relationship, to connect with ourselves, at a real deep level. So although we were together, we also did our own things. You know, I went and had like a really long shower. Probably too much information, but like really long shower. Like I used like the best products. Like I just, you know, as a mum as well, we're always kind of rushing around. Like when I wash my hair, it's normally, you know, it's pretty quick. It's kind of in, out, like bish bosh, just need to get it done. So this time I was like, no, I'm gonna take my time in the shower. It was like an amazing, like big, like double shower. I'm going to take time with the products in my hair and my like beauty regime and my skincare. Like, I'm going to treat myself like a goddess. And to be honest, that's something that's on I have a checklist, things that I do every day. You know, some of it's like posting stories on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. One of the things is treat yourself like a goddess, and that's in capital letters. And I have to do that every day in, you know, whatever I do. Sometimes it's just like going over my body with like a body brush. Other days it's like, going to London, like go date yourself. And then yesterday I went and had a makeover. So started the day with like breakfast in the hotel. Then we went out for a coffee. And then I took myself off. So I went and got a makeover at MAC and then bought some of the products. And that obviously felt amazing. And then I went out. If you don't know, I'm half Irish, and being Irish is such a big part of me, who I am. So I went off to an Irish bar and just kind of had all the feels there. And, you know, again, like I took myself on a date. Like this is where I would take someone if I was going on a date. So just, you know, you can see like sometimes it can be big stuff, but sometimes it can be small. You know, then yesterday I came home and I went and had a bath and I lit a candle and I put some bubbles in. Like, that still was a way of me showing self-love. Sorry, this is a long episode. I tried to make them short and it just doesn't always work. But, you know, wanted to share this with you because whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, it does not matter. I want you to date yourself and to show yourself love, compassion, kindness. Treat yourself as if, like I said at the beginning, as if you are the most amazing person, as if you are the person that you love most in the whole entire world. I want you to feel that. I feel that for myself, and it's no bad thing. I think sometimes, you know, especially if you're in a relationship or if you're a parent, we can feel that like, oh my God, she just said that like she loves herself like so much. Well, does that mean that she's not a good wife, or does that mean that she's not a good mum, or she doesn't care for other people? It's like, no, we need to stop that thinking, because actually by taking care of myself, like by loving myself so much, I give the best of myself to everyone else. And that's what I want you to focus on. If you focus on giving yourself love, you know, taking yourself out on dates, whatever that looks like, it doesn't have to be big, you know, really tiny stuff, just like, I don't know, focus on your skincare, like really take care of yourself. If you do that, if you bring that love inwards, oh my God, that's just going to spill outwards. One, to, you know, your immediate, everyone around you. But let's look at your on the court performance. You are going to see that you're going to show up as a different person. Like you can probably hear in my voice, because I'm talking about my self-love and all the stuff that I've been doing. I'm like, oh yeah, I love it. Like I feel super confident. This energy, you know, isn't something that like I can just put on. Like this energy is like raw and it's real and it comes from within. You're going to get that. You're going to show up with that energy, with that confidence, with that total self-belief, total self-love, that you can't help but translate that into your on the court performance. It's just going to happen naturally. So this is probably one of my longest episodes, but I am really glad that I shared this with you, because this is such a key thing, is showing self-love, loving yourself and making that space. Go take yourself out on a date. Let me know what you do. I would absolutely love to know, how are you going to treat yourself? Have a great rest of your day, whatever you're up to. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of MBA Mental Boost, the secret weapon to supercharging your performance on the court. If you found today's episode useful, don't forget to subscribe and share. You can connect with me over on any social platform. You can find me at Dr Rosie Mead. Until next time, go out there and dominate using the power of your mind. This is Dr Rosie, signing off.